I'm on a mission to help the world to see success differently. Through sharing the stories of our guests, I hope to inspire those that listen. This is the Different Hats podcast, produced by H2 Productions. I hope you can join us on this journey. Just flicking back, just as we was talking previously, I just wanted to back to the point about sort of dreams and where you were, and that, I guess that dream to become that professional footballer, which you did then achieve. You're playing in Spain, you're playing in Champions League football, and then I guess the enjoyment process, you loved it, right? You can tell how passionate that love all the way through your career. Always loved it.
No, there's not. There is a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. I mean, it's like we cannot lie. It's like life. There is suffering in life, like all of us, in different levels. And in my career, I had suffering and I had difficult moments, like ups and downs, and points where you almost, as I said earlier, you lose the motivation, but because you have the discipline and the passion, you wake up the day after and you keep going, and you find your motivation again. But yeah, it's not been all the time, love and everything has been nice. Not at all. I had difficult moments, from injuries, from not playing, where it takes you to dark places, and in that moment you cannot value them. That now I do it. Everything that has happened in my life, it was with a purpose to take me where I am right now.
What was the first knock that you had in your journey, whether it was growing up or as a professional footballer? Because you spoke very much about the security and strength of your family growing up. Of course, there would have been tough times in there, but they're diluted as a child, aren't they? Because you're protected and everything will be okay. What was your first and toughest challenge that you remember, and what was the consequence of how you acted?
Probably it was when I signed for Espanyol de Barcelona when I was 17. It was a really difficult first year in Barcelona, and it was a difficult year because I had a difficult relationship with the coach. I wasn't I was playing but not, and he always was really tough on me, always really tough, and it was a really difficult year. But I've learned to probably through, when you're saying yes to something, you're committing to it, you have to stick to it until, let's say the season finishes, or until you've got the opportunity to go, but you have to commit. And during that year, I've learned to listen, behave, train, just like controlling, just focusing on what I can control. It was difficult and not being liked or loved by the manager. It's a difficult process, but just focusing, okay, how can I train, how can I behave, that's what I can control. And that was probably my first experience where it was difficult. Obviously I had my parents next to me, that they were coming every weekend to see me, every game, and trying to be next to me and trying to support me. But yeah, at 17 it was my first difficult experience. That after, during all the process as a professional, there've been so many difficult moments.
You mentioned the control aspect, so that's something I had to pay a coach to learn when I was in my 40s, the whole control, influence, or let go. You were 17. Who taught you that?
No, I would say again, it's education. It's just like my parents is focused on listen, you cannot control what the coach does, you cannot control, it's like just train well, that's your responsibility, that is you, that's why you left home when you were 14, 15. Keep going, and yeah, probably that's and after I've been probably, if you would ask me at that time, I wouldn't be able to articulate, how I can articulate it right now. You're talking about control. It's like, okay, we don't control what happens to us. We just control how we respond to it. That's and when you learn that and you understand that, it changes the approach towards everything in life, because you don't take it personally. You don't take it, why it's happening to me, or why, no, hold on, this is happening. Like how I respond is the only thing that I'm in control. But yeah, it's like it's through this process, it's been like a lot of difficult moments.
So to follow on from that, you can't be the perfect human, right? So
Completely.
you're 9. you want to be a professional footballer. You've learned work ethic. You've got a strong family. You have one wobble when you're 17. You deal with that. But you said it was your toughest time. So what did that look like? What happened to Bruno then? Because something would have gone for you to know that was a tough time. What was going through?
No, it's just trying to look for support and for love. Obviously, I was lucky I was still studying, and I quite actually focused as well a lot into my studies and just trying to achieve. Okay, I can achieve that as well. But I wouldn't say that was my hardest time. My hardest times, it was my last year when I was playing for Valencia, for example. I was injured. I came back. I wasn't playing as much, and I got into a dark place. As I said earlier, like at that time I couldn't see why was happening to me, and I couldn't see any positives. Where right now, not right now, like a few years, like for the last few years, I've been able to understand. Okay, that happened to me because now I can help those players.
Yeah.
Because I know how they feel when you're not playing, when you don't feel loved, when you have an external pressure that you cannot manage, when you have an injury, when you have. I'm not going to them and speak from theory. I'm going to them speaking from my heart, because I suffered that.
You mentioned a dark place? Would you mind telling us?
No, it's just like that place where you feel, again, now we speak a lot about mental health. Mm-hmm. It's like, and probably I was keeping everything for just to me.
Right.
I wouldn't get home and I wouldn't speak to my wife about football or about my feelings or because I didn't want to probably worry her, or it was just like, okay, just trying to deal with myself. Mm-hmm. Then what happens is you get in that circuit of you're just going down and down, and just overthinking, and instead of just being in the moment, trying to enjoy. I was playing for Valencia, I was playing Champions League. How you can be not enjoying it? How you cannot be present? How you cannot? That was one of my dreams. Then is what I've learned from that is communication is so important.
Yeah.
It's just it's actually not fair for the people around you that you don't share it, because they want to help you.
Are you better at that now?
Yeah, completely. I've changed after that experience. I've changed massively, because I understood that. As I said, it's not fair on the people next to you to don't share it with them, because they want to help you. And as soon as you just articulate it, it's everything it looks different, and it's I think it's powerful when you just share those feelings.
And I think that's such a powerful message for anyone listening, really, that. Because there's still, no matter how much we talk about it a lot more now with mental health, there's still unfortunately that narrative, especially amongst men, that vulnerability is seen as weakness, and it's changing. There's a shift, definitely, but there's still that narrative out there, which hopefully conversations like this will help to change that, because it's a sign of strength, right? Asking for help is a sign of strength. Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, completely. And I think I heard something that I think it was just so powerful. Someone said, a healed human being, fixed human being, is much more beautiful than a human being who never suffered.
Mm-hmm.
And it's completely, it's like someone who has find difficult times and has been going through, and it's just lean forward. When you feel uncomfortable, when you feel this is hard, lean forward. Don't think about it.
If I may, I want to continue on that place where you were, because I think that's incredibly powerful, especially as a coach.
Yeah.
Now for you, and and a legend for people who are listening to this, right? What were the things happening around you due to your withdrawal whilst in that dark place? What was happening? Because we all say we've been through tough times, but what do they actually look like?
Injuries, not playing as much as you would like, and obviously as a footballer and as a selfish footballer, as soon as you don't play, you feel rejected. That's one of the challenges that us as coaches we need to deal with. My mom, through that process, went through cancer. That she did amazingly, and she's fine, and you know what I mean. It's like it was a difficult period as well. Valencia is a really high pressure environment where there are so many externals that can affect you because there is consistently and constant noise. And imagine it's all these journalists, they have to fill newspapers, radio programs, and not everything that they say is true. Yeah. I mean, it's like how you can. I wasn't able to put myself in a space where nothing of that would affect me.
Right. And which you had done for the years before.
Yeah, exactly.
So is it the first time you were feeling truly vulnerable?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, completely. But again, you know what I mean, that's you know what I mean, going through that and learning through that and having my family next to me. You know what I mean, you just become a new version of yourself, and like again, you know what I mean, you're much more powerful, you're much more like aware of everything, and but yeah, it's so many things in that moment that affects you.
How long did it take you to come out of that place?
No, it didn't take me that long. First, again, I moved to England, and then it's just like poof.
So that was part of the time.
Yeah. It was like I always wanted to come to England to play football because it's you know what I mean. I always like follow Premier League and always thought like, and that time it felt again, life puts you things in front of you. You know what I mean? You think we're in control, and it's like no, life puts you the opportunity. I could have stayed in Spain, but it put me that opportunity in front of me, and I said like, that feels right. Yeah. And then you just go and move on. You know what I mean? That's the. But it didn't took me. You know what I mean? It wasn't like years of pain. I would say it was months of like dying football. It's a lot of time.
Yeah. Did it affect how you were playing?
Yeah, completely. Completely, because again, you're not able to be present. You're not able to be in your flow. You're not able to just enjoy your football. You're just like thinking, and when you're thinking in football, too late.